Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm glad you made it. Veterans are set to see a $272 million boost. And I'm going to share this with you. This was on Newsweek. There's been a few different things floating around. I just grabbed this one. This came out November 21st, 2025. And before we jump into it, I want to throw out a special thank you to Sean and One. Sean and One, thank you so much for the super comment, super chat thing. I really, really do appreciate your support very much. And let's go ahead and jump into it here. Veterans set for $272 million boost. Now, as we read into this thing here, this is, again, it came out November 21st, 2025, and it's by Sam Stevenson over at Newsweek. More than $272 million in potential backlogged medical bills will be forgiven for U.S. veterans in a boost for ex-servicemen and women, the Department of Veterans Affairs has announced. Say that again. More than $272 million in potential backlogged medical bills. $272 million in potentially backlogged medical bills will be forgiven for U.S. veterans in a boost for ex-servicemen and women, the Department of Veterans Affairs announced. Why it matters. It follows recent VA funding reallocations aimed at strengthening veteran services and comes amid broader scrutiny over how VA manages its infrastructure and financial obligations to veterans. These efforts come at a time when economic pressure weighs heavily on veterans with fixed incomes. Thousands of former service members will be relieved of debts that accrued due to unprocessed co-payments for community care. All right. An unprocessed co-payment is a fixed fee for healthcare services that has not been posted or finalized in the billing system. Veterans racked up debts when their co-payments were paused, starting in February of 2023 under the Biden administration because of technical issues with VA's Program Integrity Tool initiative. The VA said in a press release. The PIT, which is the Program Integrity Tool, is an internal platform intended to accurately consolidate community care claims data and ensure proper billing to both veterans and medical providers. It is a tool that checks incoming healthcare claims and scores them for a risk by flagging claims that might be suspicious, so VA can review them before paying. Beginning November 11th, 2025, VA resumed billing for current community care co-payments and guaranteed that all previously backlogged amounts accumulated during the PIT hiatus would be forgiven, according to a VA press release. So, very, very important for anybody to know that was between February of 2023 and November 11th of 2025 that these would be forgiven according to the VA. The relief measure is the latest in a series of funding shifts and grant programs targeting veteran welfare. And VA said the measure is intended to reduce administrative burdens and stress on veterans' families. Earlier this year, the VA redirected $77 million previously slated for electric vehicle charging infrastructure toward direct healthcare improvements and committed $42 million in grants to organizations supporting unhoused veterans. What people are saying? Well, VA Secretary Doug Collins said, under President Trump, VA is focused on providing the best possible care and maximum convenience for veterans, families, caregivers, and survivors. Taking these steps to efficiently resolve the backlog of co-payments will prevent veterans from being blindsided with mountains of medical debt that accumulated due to problems the Biden administration failed to solve. Moving on, those with healthcare or benefits questions can ask VA Portal or the VA chatbot for more information. VA has stated it remains focused on care and convenience for veterans and will continue to respond to evolving needs amid amid future legislative or technical changes. So here's another thing. When it comes to VA and bills, now in this case, they are essentially wiping out and forgiving approximately $272 million in medical bills. But let's say that you receive a debt notice from the VA that you owe X number of dollars. There are some resources for you, and I'm going to share some of that. All right, so there's a whole basically web page or pages on the VA's website specific to debt management. And I'm going to just kind of read through a few of the things here and do some Q&A as well. So you can sign in and view your debt. And it says here, who can sign in to manage debt online? At this time, only veterans and service members can use this tool to review their overpayments and copay bills online. What you can do when you sign in. Now, there's 4 bullet points. There's also financial assistance, and so we'll talk about that in a second here. So what you can do when you sign in. You can check the amount and status of your VA overpayments related to VA disability compensation, non-service connected pension, or education benefits. You can check the amount and status of copay bills at each VA health facility where you received care. You can find out how to make payments or request help. You can download copay billing statements. So it allows you to, again, make a payment online. And then there's a couple other kind of drop downs here. How to repay overpayments by phone or mail, and how to pay copay bills by phone or mail. Now, request financial help. This is an interesting one that people are not aware of. You can also dispute charges. So we'll read through this here to wrap this up. So requesting financial help. If you're struggling to pay your overpayments or copay bills, the VA can potentially help you. You can request help for VA debt online if all of these descriptions are true of you. You are a veteran, number 1. Number 2, you need to request a repayment plan of more than 5 years or debt relief, a waiver or compromise offer. Last bullet here, you'll need to request help, or you need to request help for a VA disability compensation, pension, or GI Bill benefit overpayment or VA health care copay debt. So if all of those are true, right, you're a veteran, it was disability compensation, pension, GI Bill overpayment, or VA health care copay debt, and you need to request a payment plan of more than 5 years or debt relief, meaning either a waiver or compromise offer. You could do all that online. So it says here, the time limit to request a waiver, debt forgiveness, has changed. You now have 1 year from the date you received your first debt letter or copay bill to request a waiver. You have 1 year, 12 months. Don't let that pass. Dispute charges. If you think your overpayment or copay bill is an error, you have the right to dispute all or part of the charges. Overpayment debts, you'll need to submit a written statement explaining why you think the debt is incorrect. If you dispute the debt within 30 days of receiving your first debt letter, the VA will stop collection actions until they make a decision on the dispute. You can submit your dispute statement online or by mail. So if you want to call, you can call the Debt Management Center at 800-827-0648, 800-827-0648. The best thing that you can do is communicate. The worst thing you can do is pretend it's not happening. That's when they just come and just take it all back. So communicate, have the discussions, and make sure that you are leaning forward on this stuff. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you very much. Have a great one. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.